Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your J-Feather 23 BHM travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple of things to think about when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, leave plenty of room for that. I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power and water pretty much right next to each other. Off campsite or driver's side of your tow vehicle, back corner. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we're going to do is level your unit. The unit does come with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower until you're level. I would recommend on most units, put a stick on level. When you slide in, go ahead and find the middle of your unit, put a stick on level, and just have someone watch that while you bring your unit up and down. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. Before going on to those, I do want to mention, should you lose power, there is a manual override right underneath here. They just hand crank. We'll get this up and down should you not have power. Speaking of power, check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit have these hand crank stabilizing jacks. You can use a drill gun, impact driver, just 3/4 inch socket. Just slow down when you get to the bottom. I mean, these come down pretty quick. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot black top in the summer, keep them from sinking into the ground. Good investment with your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack, put them under these, and run them down just to there. Just so you have some type of resistance on your hand crank. Because remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do now is stabilize it. Get all four of those down on every corner. Our unit's level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp short cord plugs in here on the back. Once it's in, put this black washer on to hold it on. At the end of that 30 amp service, if you need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 to 15 amp reducer that comes in your convenience pack. Get your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Real simple on this unit. City water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so we recommend using these. Put that in there, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater on the rear here. And all we're doing now, just making sure our drain plug's back in. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, I recommend plumber's tape too. Not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Some plumber's tape around that. Get that in there nice and tight, and then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, after that hose has been on for a little while, go in there and open up that slide. Get in and open up all of your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once you do, shut them off, and then you'll know your hot water heater is full, and you can turn that on from indoors. Now, let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping, or boondocking as we like to call it. In that case, we're just going to fill up our freshwater tank. On your campsite, above your tires is your fresh water or potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill this. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Just keep an eye on that while you're filling it. Don't leave it unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, remove the hose, put your cap on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump from indoors. All right, we're all set up with power and water. All ready to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here on the campsite, left your doorway up top. We got a couple outdoor speakers, a vent for your microwave. This is a TV mount. Cable and 110 there for your TV. Again, your fresh water. Over to the left, the flue for your furnace. Two things on that. Don't ever block it, and make sure if you're running that, you steer clear. It gets pretty hot. This is access to the back of your fridge. Separate entry doorway for the back. Quick connect LP. And low point drains just above your jacks there. Spare tire with a cover. Storage here. Again, your hot water heater. This is a black tank flush. This will flush out your black tanks. We'll talk about that when we leave the campsite and we're dumping our black tanks. On the rear here, we've got our shore cord power. You got an outdoor shower here, hot and cold. Your city water connection. Underneath here, your black and gray tanks that we'll dump later. There's where you plug your cable in. Now the storage area, you have a slide topper on this, which is great. Looks like they left some manuals in here for some hitching. And just check to see if I've missed anything on there. No. Coming up front again is your batteries. Check them post now and then. Your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Come on your campsite again, your stabilizing jacks, more storage, and that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. All the way up top to the left as you come in, awning control. Just want to show you on these awnings, when you run them out, only run them out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that silver bar. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and start running itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure that you don't run it out further than you need to. As I bring that in, see below that will be a slide control, lights, and here's where we'll check some tanks. Control panel, and get this awning rest the way back in, and we'll run through that. So up top here, here's where your brand new battery would be. There's the freshwater button. That's the one I said to hold down when you're filling your potable water. And there's where you check your black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using that fresh water. Water heater if hooked to gas. Water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. One thing we found out about slam locks, they work best when gently slammed. Alright, continuing to come up inside the unit here. Our kitchen, individual lighting, big dual sink, self-explanatory microwave. Your cooktop has a light and a fan. So just turn these to light, hit your spark when your gas is on, these will light. It looks as though your oven does have a pilot to light down there. Push and hold it like that. Below your oven is going to be access panel to your breaker box and fuses. A little variety in there. You got 30, a 40, and a little handful of 15s. Highly recommend having those with you when you go camping. Up to the top here is your hand control AC unit. You got low fan, high fan, low cool, high cool. Norcold fridge. Really just two settings. Auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, it switches to gas. Or just gas. If that light's on, you're good. If it's flashing, your gas is low. Over here, 1 through 5 being the coldest. Back into our little bathroom here, you got a 110 with GFCI. There's our lighting for that. It's hidden on me. A little plumbing to maintain. Here's an access panel to it. This is PEX, almost all PEX nowadays, but you are bouncing a house down the road, so just keep an eye on things to make sure nothing's bounced loose over time. So bunk area. Got a table that you can pull out here to take outside. Bunk area's lighting is all individual. 110 on the floor there. Going into your shower bathroom. Individual lighting up in here. There we go. And a fan. There's a hand crank open exhaust fan that can be turned on from down there or up here. This is an access panel to the back of your shower. To the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now, the reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, always running off your battery. I didn't see a battery disconnect on this unit, so if you are out dry camping or boondocking, you're going to be gone for the whole day, go ahead and disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Well, that'll be your thermostat. Just turn that to your heat. It's like 85. Well, turn it on anyway. It's pretty hot in here today. Turn it. Hear that kick on. Now when I shut it off, it's actually going to take a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it shuts off. I've showed you a table down here. There's a whole nother sleeping quarters. Take the small cushions and put them there as well. Or take the table, pull it out, swing it up, set quickly, set your dinette area. Over the left here would be your TV, sound system. I got batteries in the remote now. Turn that on for you. So wherever campsite you arrive at, just run yourself a digital channel scan to pick up all of your local channels. Below the TV here, so it comes on, will be your sound system, AM, FM, Bluetooth. So we got dual zone here. Shut it off indoors, now it's just outdoors. Shut them both off or turn them both on. All of our modes. Touch that to change your tones. When you run your digital channel scans at the campsites, make sure you push that in. That's your antenna. Could be your digital channel enhancer, allow you to pick up more channels. Now we come to your bed area. Show you 2 steps to turn this into a bed. Step 1, jackknife down your sofa. Step 2, unclamp and pull down your bed. With your bedding on here, you can take this and strap it in and have your bed made all day. So you lift it back up. You lock your bed back in. And just that quickly, it's back to a sofa. It's all individual lighting here as well. Smoke alarm up here. And that all covers everything inside. Here's your antenna that I was just talking about for the wine guard. But it covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my main lights, because then I can walk through and see whatever lights are one touch that I need to shut off myself. Make sure when you're traveling you have this door very locked and secure as well. So now all the lights are off except for what I can control here from the control panel. Light or day, turn your light on. And I say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Go on up here and just hit in. I want you to hear this noise at the end. None on this one. Means you got to slide it doesn't rattle like others do, just to make it stop. Our slide's in. Shut that off. Exit the unit. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to go inside and look at your levels while you're dumping. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door. Alright, at this point, unhook our water, our cable, our power, hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right behind your tires on your off campsite. Now if you're out boondocking, just in front of your tires on your off campsite will be your freshwater drain. Got anything in there, just go ahead and dump that. Otherwise at the campsite, hook up your 10-foot hose. First one we're going to pull is your black holding tank. That's the one on the right. That's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside and check your level. Make sure it's empty. Once that's empty, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station. Come on up here to this tank flush and hook that hose up. Again, emphasizing with your black tank handle open. Turn that hose on and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all that washout water that you just put in there has drained. Then close your black and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water. Your sinks, your showers. It's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. When that's done, close your gray, put your cap back on, and then take your sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this J Feather for many years to come. Happy camping.